Welcome to Level Up Tribes. Level Up Tribes provides resources to help you attain the necessary resources to level up your mind, body, and soul and realize your full potential. It is about exploring, learning, providing you with the tools from the experts for you to create a better version of yourself. I am your host, Agnes Goodwine, and welcome, Tribes.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Yes, I'm so glad that we connected to talk about your business.
Yeah.
How's your Saturday morning been so far?
So far, it's been a little busy, but I like busy.
Yeah. You normally do like events on the weekends?
I do.
And that's probably starting to pick up a lot now since we're opening up.
Yes, it has picked up a lot. I actually took this weekend off.
Good. Well, I feel honored that you took the time to be on Level Up Tribes podcast. This is a platform for entrepreneurs to tell their story on how they got their big idea. And so, yes, I'm excited for you to tell your story on how you started your business. So today I have Loving Spirit here with us today from Wilmington, Delaware, but she now lives in East Point, Georgia, my old stomping grounds. How have you adjusted to Georgia?
I absolutely love Georgia. I love it. It has been quite an experience for me. When I moved to Georgia, I had a whole other business in mind, and
Oh, you
this
did?
this was a hobby and something for my family, and it just took off. So
Okay, so now I'm curious. What was the other business?
I was a caterer back home.
That's right.
And I had a catering business, and I came here to start to open a restaurant. Then when I moved here, I saw how prevalent the food truck business was. And I was like, I think I want a food truck. So I started to pursue that. I started to pursue the food truck business, and I found it so difficult to get the credentials that you need. It's very hard to start a food business in Georgia. I was amazed because it's so easy back home. It was just, you have your business in mind. You just go downtown, you pay for your licensing, and everything else that you needed to do was on you. But here, it's done the opposite way. No, you take care of all of this stuff, and
a lot of permits.
Yeah, the permits and the thing that I found difficult, like I needed a loan to get a food truck. I wanted to buy a food truck, and when I went to get my permits and licensing, they were like, "Well, has your food truck passed inspection yet?" And I says, "Well, no, I need my business license so I can get a business loan to get a food truck." And it's like, "No, that's not how it works here, sweetie." They said, "No, your food truck has to pass inspection. You have to have, your permits for the food truck before we give you a license." And I was like, "Well, that's kind of backwards." She said, "Yeah, I understand, but that's how it's done in Georgia." So that kind of really put me in a slump.
Is that still on the back burner? Like maybe a future project?
It may be. I've always loved making soap. I was making soap even with the catering business, but like I said, it was just for family and friends. And when I got here and started letting people try it, just letting people that I met, I made this, try it out. And it was a girl that I worked with. She said, "You should be selling this. You really should be selling this." And I'm like, "Well, I never thought about selling it because I was so into food."
Yeah.
And she said, "No, you really should. You really should. This is great." So I started, putting feelers out there and selling little small bits, and it has really grown into something unexpected. So.
Yes, and I love it. I mean, I've seen the idea grow and now into this big business that you have. And the name of your business is Soaplistic Sense.
Soaplistic Sense. Yes, very good.
Tell me about it.
When I first started making soap, I was at a family function and I overheard my nieces in a corner talking to each other. And there's a lot of eczema in my family. And they were in the corner talking to each other about how difficult it was to find soap and products, eczema products that were price conducive, that really worked for them. They either found something good that cost too much, or they found something that was priced reasonably that didn't work as well. And I
Okay.
heard them and I didn't say anything to them, but I went home and I said, well, let me see if I can find something for them, do some research on eczema and see if I can find something that works for their pocket and their skin. And
Yeah.
while I was searching, something pops up on the screen and says, hey, you have eczema, you can make your own soap. And I was like, make your own soap? And then I was like, well, soap is made, right? So let me look into that. So I started looking into it. And this was in 2012. And I started looking into the soap making process, and I started looking at YouTube videos. I started following soap groups, and I was like, this sounds interesting, but I was afraid I guess for about 3 months, I knew because you have to work with lye, and I was afraid, I was
Okay.
not a science major. I'm not gonna front about that. I wasn't into it in school, but my mom was a chemist. So I was talking to my mom and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, my mom she is a chemist by trade, retired, of course. But
okay. I didn't know
um,
that.
so I told her that, I really I want to try this out. And I said, but the lie, she's like, just wear your gear. You can do it, So I was like, well, let me try it. I tried to make a batch and it came out absolutely perfect.
Oh.
It did not take long before I was addicted to making soap. It was just, I was making soap almost on a daily basis.
It
And
sounds very therapeutic too. Like,
it is. And to this day, to this day, 9 years later, I'm still like, wow, it's still therapeutic. I still study. Even after 9 years, I'm still studying things. I've just discovered putting silk in soap, and that's been amazing. Snake skin in soap, and that's been amazing. So I'm learning all the time.
okay,
And
so let's talk about that a little bit. So the different things that you use for the soap.
the snake skin is very soothing to the skin. It's very, very soft. I actually took a shower in some snake skin soap today.
Okay.
And it just feels so soft. It just gives the soap, it's much like the silk. It gives it a very, very smooth feeling. It feels like you're almost feeling cloth
Oh,
when you
wow.
put the soap, yeah. And it just feels really, really good to your skin.
And they
Yeah.
smell so good because you'd send me a sample packet last year. So thank you for that. And they all
Mhm.
smell very good. I know that you're a very spiritual person. Do you set intention when
I absolutely do.
what does that entail?
It entails, well, I am a sage burner. So
Mhm.
I smudge over my before I start making, I smudge. And I give, especially when I started using the silk and the snake skin, I really had to put my intentions out there, and what I'm looking for, and of course how I want it to turn out.
Yeah.
So it is in my household, it's a ritual every day.
Mm, I
So
love it.
even whether I'm making products or not, and I don't just make soap, I make lotion, body butter, hair butter, all kinds of things, and I burn and put my intentions out there over my products every day, and who I want it to heal, how I want it to heal, and if
Yeah.
I have special, especially if I have special orders, if I get special orders, I
Okay.
definitely, put their conditions out there and
Okay.
what I believe they're expecting from it, and how I hope this, heals them.
So, how long does it take to make a batch?
To make a batch of soap,
Yeah.
well, it depends on the size, but a normal batch for me is 10 to 15 bars at a time. I
Okay.
like making them in small batches. And if to make a 10 to 15 bar batch of soap takes about two, maybe 2.5 hours. And that includes the weight process. That's not all the work. So if I just think about the work that I put into it, I would say physically the things that I have to do would take about 45 minutes.
Okay. You have to let them sit for a while
Yes,
and then cut it.
once it's done, once it becomes soap, you let it sit in a mold for 1 to 2 days.
Okay.
And after that period of time, it depends on what oils and butters you use in it to determine how long it'll sit. Coconut, it sits less time.
Okay.
The rest of it sits 2 days. So then you slice them up, and it takes 4 to 6 weeks before you can use it.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
there's a curing. I use the cold process method. And the cold process method requires 4 to 6 weeks curing time.
Okay. Does it need to be like in a dark, cold room?
I keep mine in a cold room.
Okay.
It needs to be cool. It needs to be out of the sun. So it's in a room where the blinds are closed 24/7, a fan going 24/7. And of course it's, the air conditioners running all the time because I make my product at home.
Okay. What has your experience been in beginning this entrepreneurship? Like, what has been, I guess, the ugly, right? For those that are listening and they want to start their business, what has been, I guess, the hardship of starting your soap business? And then what has been the most rewarding?
Well, the hardest part has been the being patient and not expecting things to happen overnight, because when you feel passionate about whatever it is that you do, sometimes we tend to think that or expect everybody to be on our bandwagon because we love it, but it
Yeah.
doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And that wait period, it can be trying. It can be trying. I started my business it became a business in 2017, a legit business in 2017. So from 2017 to, I'll say, last year, I actually did not see my business really become fluid until the pandemic hit. And then that's,
Wow.
people were at home and, people were doing more shopping online, and my
Mm,
website's always been there, but, it just didn't get as much attention as going out to events. But
okay.
so it is the patience to wait for things to become fluid, putting yourself out there. You have got to face people and tell people about your stuff. And I was a little shy about that, quite honestly,
Yeah.
about, if somebody came and asked me a question, I could just go on and on and on and on. But to just go out and just start, grab somebody and say, hey, let me tell you about, I was a little shy about that, but you grow with that. Like you learn very quickly. If you don't open your mouth, a closed mouth does not get fed.
Right.
So you have to be patient and give yourself time to build it up. You have to put yourself out there and tell people about it. You have to be, willing to put that footwork in, but it definitely works. And it is rewarding, especially if you absolutely love whatever your craft is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Say it. What has been the most rewarding then?
I would have to say the most rewarding for me has been the word of mouth that I've gotten.
Okay.
Word of mouth has been amazing. And then my own growth, being able to go out and
Mm,
coach people, that's been
yeah.
rewarding. The response has been absolutely rewarding. And just not for those who are listening that are where I was. I
Hmm.
lack that confidence. I lack that
Yeah.
confidence, but confidence can grow. It can grow. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, your confidence can grow. So just getting out there and talking to people and seeing, logging on to my Instagram and seeing a comment where somebody's just out of the blue talking about my product, that is just the best. That is the best
Yeah.
feeling.
I
Yes.
know. Which is a confirmation that you're on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the different types of products that you have. You receive a lot of great reviews in regards to the oatmeal and egg yolk. I was browsing through your Facebook page, and a lot of people were really loving that one. Besides the oatmeal and egg yolk soap, what are the top three popular products that people buy
Well,
the
I
most?
use lavender and tea tree, activated charcoal, and any of my oatmeals. They're all super popular, but I make a plethora of soaps because I can't help it. I make soap all the time.
Okay.
My number two seller is my hair growth butter.
Oh,
Yes, the hair growth butter has just gone to another level, a level I did not expect.
oh my God, that's awesome.
I did not expect my hair butter to take off as quickly as it did. It certainly
It,
didn't take.
did you create that one in 2020?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It was in 2019, the end of 2019.
Okay.
Yes. And it just took off. It just took off. Then my body butter. And the body butter, I would say the body butter and the lotion they're kind of on the same scale,
Okay.
because I try to make the same sense for body butter as I do lotion, because some of us need much more moisture, some need less moisture. So if you
Right.
need less moisture, you definitely want to go with the lotion. You need more moisture because my focus is definitely on problematic skin, dry skin. So,
Okay.
I don't just make stuff for problematic skin, but that is my main focus.
Okay.
That's how this whole thing started. So the butter for those who have dry skin issues, the lotion if you don't necessarily have dry skin issues, but you still want that silky, smooth feeling, and you want to smell good too. So
Nice. Are
mhm.
you gonna implement like CBD products?
I actually do have
Oh, you
CBD products.
do?
Mhm. I
Like
have a
the
CBD.
lotion or soap?
No, actually, it's a butter. It's a small butter by itself. It's just a small. It's a pain butter that I have.
Mm,
But
okay.
I'm still working out some legalities with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but it is definitely something. That's more right now. It's more on a
Yeah.
private scale. But
That would be
I
perfect because I know I don't know too much about the CBD and eczema, but
mhm.
from what I've read, it does help because sometimes eczema can be very painful.
Yes, yes. Painful, itchy, scaly. It can be
Yes.
ugly, and
Hmm.
and it takes away from self-esteem, and
Yes.
and so I make products that people with eczema and psoriasis can feel confident in showing their skin, and feeling better.
Right. So who are your clients? Are you getting them from attending local events, or is it people that are needing like party favors?
The bulk of my clients, I would have to say, stem from the events that I do. I just started doing party favors last year because everything
Okay.
was moving so fast. I had my first wedding favor this year, and it was absolutely perfect. It was a purple and gray wedding,
Oh,
and
nice.
I was a little nervous that, am I going to get the grays right? Because when it comes to people's weddings, you cannot mess up. And the
Right.
bride was, the bride was almost doing cartwheels, like, I can't believe this. This is amazing. And all her guests love their soap, they love their lotion, and it came out perfect. So I do favors for birthday parties, weddings, anniversaries. It doesn't matter.
Mm,
Anything you want a party favor for. I
okay.
do special molds, like for bridal showers. I have special molds that I use for their soap, if they so choose. But I tell people to get in contact with me. I don't advertise it on my
Okay.
website for obvious reasons, but I tell them, get in touch with me because whatever type of mold you're looking for, I can get my hands on it and
Mm,
we can make this for you. So
yeah.
so I have done that as well for like a bridal shower. I can
Oh,
get
that's
baby
awesome.
for baby shower. I can get little baby molds to make soap, and I'll work with colors. If you want blue for your baby, blue baby for a reveal party. I can do
Oh,
soaps that have the pinks and the blues, or you can have all pink, and then whoever has the blue one, wins, and stuff like that. I love it. I love it.
yes, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Is this something you're doing now full time?
At this time, I'm not doing it, but I'm working the business back to where it was so that I don't have to
Yes.
do both. And I will do both until as long as I have to.
Yes. What's your 5-year plan? Like, where do you see?
I see the business growing to being in the background, actually, just making it and wholesale. That's what
Yes.
that's what I would like to do. I would
Yes.
like to just do wholesale and put that out there, but I would probably still on a small scale do private events, things like that.
Okay.
But I would like to get out of eventually get out of going out and doing the beating the pavement, so to speak,
Yes.
going out and doing the events, and I'm not getting any younger, and I just don't want to spend the rest of my life out there doing events. I would love for people to know this product and know what its benefits are to them, and be able to come and say, you know what, I want to do this. I want to get this wholesale, and I'm going to push this because it's great and I love it. And I think that people that I know and my audience would love it too. That's
Yes.
what I really love to see.
Yes. Make it happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I know. I know. And I don't think you're the type to stop.
No,
It's not in your blood.
nope, not at all. Not at
I
all.
know. Are you working with a new product that you can tell us about that's coming up?
Um, no, I don't have anything new. I've been really focusing on my hair growth butter
Okay.
because the hair I'm learning so much more about hair growth
Yeah.
and the ingredients that our hair needs, that our hair thrives on. And so
Yeah.
I'm getting more into that. I've learned so much stuff. I'm getting into growing my own herbs and plants for my own product.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I have a huge yard, so I'm starting to grow my own stuff to do. I want everything to be in-house, which is why I want to be just in the background, pushing everything out, because I'll be concentrating on growing everything that it needs. I can't grow shea butter, of course, but or shea plants, but everything that I can grow for my products, I
Mm,
will be growing myself and creating myself and going out to third parties as little as possible.
okay. Do you find that Georgia has a lot of connections for the ingredients that you need? Or do you have to go out of state to find what you need?
Well, some things I have to go. I have distributors that I use for
Okay.
some things, but Georgia offers a lot.
Mm,
Georgia offers a lot. There are people here that grow a lot of the herbs that I use. Because
okay.
everybody has their own farm. You know, there are so many farms here, and of course that's an advantage over being up north. Yeah, you
Wow.
just can't find that.
True.
So it is nice to be able to get, different things like lemongrass. I get that locally.
Mm,
Lemongrass
yeah.
locally. I get lavender locally.
Okay.
What
So if
else?
you've made those partnerships with other local vendors.
I haven't made specific partnerships because I like to support other businesses. So I have, well, there's a farmer that lives behind me. I get my eggs from him for my egg soaps, and there's another egg farmer that's not that far from me. Sometimes I get his eggs. So although the partnership with my neighbor is stronger, I still go to others because I like to see other people grow. I
Yeah.
like to see other people grow. So I don't get all of my herbs from one farmer or another. I work with several, and
Yes.
we have partnerships, but they're not necessarily dedicated to a
Mm.
specific person.
Are they Black owned businesses
Oh,
too,
yeah,
like
absolutely,
yours?
absolutely.
Okay.
hmm
Awesome.
Absolutely. Well, the egg farmer is Mexican, and
Okay.
that works for me too. I try to support minority business all the time.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and thank you.
Especially now,
Yeah, yeah,
that everybody, had a hard time in 2020, and it's so important to support small businesses.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I have an offer for your audience.
Yes, tell us what you
Okay,
got.
I have this weekend. For this weekend, if you go on our website and order, if for $10 or more of a purchase, 20% off. Just use code level up. Mhm.
Level up. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you, loving spirit. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll start looking in. It just seems like Georgia has been really good to you
hmm
in so many levels, whether it's spiritually, whether it's your business, personal growth, right? Sometimes you need to move out of to a different environment just to see
Right.
some change.
Yes, yes. And I absolutely have. I feel better as a person. I
Yeah.
feel, I feel more, I feel more confident than I ever have. I feel more at ease than I ever have.
Mm.
I feel, I feel bolder than I ever have. It has been absolutely rewarding for me. And I think I have leveled up on my spirituality since I moved here. So
Oh,
I have learned to connect. Like I didn't smudge before I moved here. I
No.
don't even know. I don't know how that came to me, but I
Mm.
smudge every day now. And um, I just feel like since I began smudging, it's it it's like this person that had been buried in me for so long has come to life, you
Yes.
know. And I know it's my ancestors. I know it's my ancestors and predecedents that I was very close to that are like, you know what? I'm just going to help you get here, or I'm going to guide you here. And
Yes.
um, I go out on my deck every morning when I wake up. Before I log onto my computer to start working, I go sit on my deck. I connect with nature. I connect
Mm.
with the birds. It's like the birds are waiting for me to come out so they can start singing. And those things may not mean anything to most people, but it does to me.
Yes.
It's like I hear the chirping before I go out. When I go out, it's just like every kind of bird is out there just
Mm.
singing like we've been waiting for you. And your
Yes.
ancestors are waiting for you. Come on, burn that sage and let's do this and
Yes.
get my day going. So
Do you consider yourself a healer?
I consider myself a helper to heal. I
Okay.
don't I don't claim to heal because I believe that healing comes from within.
Yes.
It definitely comes from within. Sometimes you need that right connection to help you pull that out of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that I have become to be able to help someone pull that out of themselves. I've learned to be that example,
Mm.
and that's something that I've longed for, being that example. Having had to release some of my own crap myself.
Yeah.
And once I learned to do that, like, I've been here for 5 years and I've been single for those 5 years. And I've never spent that much time with myself, ever,
Oh.
ever.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, this is a good thing. This is good. Now I don't long to spend the rest of my life by myself for sure. But
Right.
I definitely needed this time to get to know love. And I really did. I really
Mm.
needed to get into loving and find out what kind of stuff loving needed to clean out, release some demons,
Yeah.
um, and some spirits that I did not need around me. And the sage helps me to keep that cleansing out because I'm still human, and
Yes.
I still breathe, just like everybody else. So we can
Right.
always inhale the shit we don't need,
Yes.
you know. So
Exactly.
so I have to continue to. This is a daily thing that I have to stay on, and um,
Are
you
you
know,
gonna start selling the sage bun?
the bundles.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Okay.
Yeah, that is so funny. Like when I went home, I went home last week. I was home for a week, and I went to it was so crazy. I couldn't wait to go to, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Newark Farmers Market.
No.
Okay. So I went to the Newark Farmers Market, and it's an international market, and they have so much stuff that even the cab doesn't have.
What?
And
In
yes,
Newark?
yes, in
Oh,
Newark.
I'm gonna have to check it out when I go home.
And something that I wanted was they have black garlic. And
Mm.
that black garlic is so good. Black garlic is so good for you. It has so many benefits, but it doesn't taste as strong as the white garlic. It's the same garlic, but they roast it. It's a roasted
Okay.
thing. And it's so good. So I went to the market for this black garlic, and I saw sage and I was like, let me get some of this sage. I'm gonna get some of this sage because I wanted to make some sage sausage. Didn't even think about the smudge stick. I get home and I've got these packages of sage, and I was like, you know what? I should be making my own sage. I should I should be blessing my own sage. I should,
Yeah.
I should be putting my own intentions in my sage. And, I mean, I have nothing against anybody else that's out there and they have their business that's, doing it for people, because some people quite honestly just don't, they're just not there spiritually to even know what they need to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, there are people like me and other creators that do it for you. So I
Mhm.
said, "Let me try this." So I, rolled up a bundle, and it just looked so weird to me, but I fell in love with it. I was like, I absolutely love this. I don't know if you saw that on my,
I did. I saw
oh, yeah.
I saw the picture.
And I was like, wow, I'm going to start doing this. I'm
Mm.
flying home the end of this month, and I'm going to clean the Newark Farmers Market out. Yeah, I am cleaning them out of all of their sage because it's a lot cheaper there than it is here.
Oh, yeah, and it's tax free.
Yes, yes. And I'm bringing it. I'm actually going to ship it to myself and fly back home. I'm just going to go for a weekend.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
See how like that was like a little golden nugget for you.
It
Like
was.
here it is.
It was.
Now do something with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that goes. I love sage.
Yes, me too.
Yeah,
Me,
I
my
burn
grandson.
mine.
My grandson.
I love Palo Santo too. I don't know if you
Oh,
burn that.
yes. Yes, I burn that as well. I probably do that weekly. Yeah, and I, of course, put my intentions out there. I just love the way it smells. It makes your house smell so good. It makes
Mhm.
your house smell so good. And it is true that it definitely, definitely keeps evil spirits away from your front door. It definitely does. So anybody that is curious, it works. It definitely
Yes,
works.
it does.
I've had people come to my door and open it. I open it and I invite them, and they, no, I just wanted to bring this, or I just wanted to tell you this, or whatever, and they can't even come in. Yeah,
What?
yeah, and immediately I'm like, oh, I know that's that Palo Santa. I know it is.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Is there anyone in your family that is taking interest in what you do? Like maybe a younger generation?
yes, yes, my
Who?
nieces, my nieces,
Okay.
yes, my nieces are just they're as they're getting older. I have young nieces, I have grown nieces, but like the younger nieces, they are calling me and asking me about what I'm doing.
Mm.
I'm curious, and I want to learn to make soap, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and they come to me. And even the older ones, they'll call me up, they call me for advice. Well, I know that you're spiritually connected, and I'm not sure what to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, they are definitely paying attention. So that's
Mm.
that's something that I had no idea. Had no idea that the younger ones were listening, but they were. Like, the younger ones are much more in tune than those my age and a little
Yeah.
younger. Yeah. So
Do you have a YouTube page?
I just started my YouTube page because I want to do a soap making class.
Yeah,
I'm
and
doing a soap
that was
making.
my next question. If you have classes for those that are listening that
Mhm,
want to, maybe are
mhm.
curious on how
Yes.
you.
Yes, I'm actually offering a free basic class that I'm going to put on my YouTube channel, but they can only get it with the link. So what I'll do when I do that, I can forward you the link, and
Yeah.
if
Yes.
put that on your website or they can, if they follow my Instagram, it will be listed there. I'll have the link available just for a short time, though. I won't it won't always be out there, but
Yeah.
I am offering a free basics for soap making.
Okay. So in the future, you will charge, of course,
Yeah.
for in-depth workshops. Okay. Oh, that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's another great service to add on to your business
Right.
and
Right.
revenue,
Mhm.
because this stuff, the materials is not going to pay itself.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited.
I am too.
Oh, I
I've
love
been
it.
excited for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
You find a passion that it doesn't feel like work, right? It,
Absolutely. I tell people that all the time. When you love what you do, it's not work. I post it
yeah.
on my page all the time. When you love what you do, it is not work. Like, it is just, when I get stressed out from work, I get off work and I may sit down for a half hour, and then I go make some product.
Yeah.
I go make a product just to get my mind off of it, because I'm one of those people at 5:01. I don't want to be thinking about 9 to 5 at
Yes.
all, period. And don't call me. I don't care about your email. Like, I totally wipe it out of my mind, and
Yes.
sometimes I have to smudge to really clear it out, because I don't want to think about it, period. Yeah.
Yes. before we close out the interview, anything else that you're working on or anything that's next for you in regards to Soaplistic?
The only thing with Soaplistic Sense is I am going to be working much more on marketing,
Okay.
going out to stores and, checking out their interests, taking them samples and just, putting feelers out there. I am really trying to be completely independent of going out and doing events. I love doing the
Yes.
events. I do love doing the events, but I know that eventually I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, it's just me. I am the
Okay.
entire show. And popping the tent up, getting the tables and everything set up, that is a chore. It is really a chore. And
Yes.
I just want to be in the background making people happy. I want to be looking through the door like, yeah, they're using it and they love it. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be out there pushing it but I'm getting much more into the marketing side of the wholesale. That's what
Yes.
I'm going to be doing. And really, watch out for that hair butter. It's gonna
Yes.
really
I
be
can't
something.
wait. I can't wait. Is it good for curly hair?
It is. It is. I have
Okay.
my hair is semi curly. It depends on it's more about your scalp condition.
It's dry
So
because right here in Phoenix, it's so dry here.
yeah, it's really good. I love it. I love it, and it definitely grows.
Is there anything else you would like to add or discuss that perhaps we didn't touch on today?
Oh, I do want to share some. Can I share some of my?
Yes, absolutely.
So I just wanted to show you. This is my snakeskin soap.
Oh,
Is
I
it too
love the
dark in the
color.
background? Can you see
A
it?
little bit. Yeah, it's a little dark.
That's probably gonna make it
Yeah,
dark.
actually, that might be better.
Okay.
Yes, I see the black, the brown, and the yellow.
Yes, this is my snakeskin. And this is a masculine scented soap. And I'm very careful about labeling my soaps masculine and feminine. Like I'm just not too keen on that. But I thought I just let everybody know it has a more masculine feel to me.
Mm,
But that doesn't mean that you can't use it. I showered with this today.
mm.
So for me,
What's in it?
this one has so this one has its base is shea butter, aloe vera butter, palm
Okay.
kernel oil, and castor oil.
Mm,
Um, and of course the snake skin.
wow.
Mhm. I try to make, excuse me, most of my soap base is shea butter, palm kernel oil, and castor oil.
Okay. I know
I
castor oil is good for the skin,
mhm,
definitely.
mhm. And the palm kernel, I use that more to give it a harder bar. It
Okay.
makes it a harder bar, and I use it in lieu of coconut oil. Although, coconut oil is sometimes misunderstood. Coconut oil is very good in lotion, body butter, stuff like that.
Hmm.
But as a soap, it's not the best for my mission of sensitive skin,
Okay.
eczema, psoriasis, because it can be very, very drying. It can be
Mm,
very drying, and you don't want drying.
okay.
You want moisture. So I very rarely use coconut oil in soaps, though I do use it because some people do have oily skin. So I use
Okay.
coconut oil to focus more on oily skin.
Okay. So with that soap, you can use on your entire body, like
I
maybe
use
the face.
yes, I use all my soaps on my entire body.
Okay.
The only one that I probably use more on my face is the activated charcoal.
Okay.
And activated charcoal, do I have one of those? The activated charcoal, because activated charcoal is so exfoliating,
Hmm.
it's very exfoliating. I use that mostly on my face, though I do use it on my entire body. Not
Okay.
so often though, because it definitely draws,
Is
everything.
that is the charcoal one good for like patches? Because I have a few patches.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Activated charcoal it just pulls impurities from your skin, period.
Mm,
And so any type of impurity, it's going to draw it out. And I just say with activated charcoal, though this one, it's made with the shea butter, the palm kernel oil, and castor oil. I still say follow up with a clean moisturizer,
okay.
um, just to replenish anything extra that may have come out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So.
How long do you recommend leaving that on there? So when you use it,
Mhm.
just
I just say get a good massage of it in when you massage it in
okay.
really, really good. And I wouldn't leave it on my face for any set amount of time. Just a good rubbing in and getting it all over, however you normally wash your face, the same way. Like I
Okay.
wouldn't say like just let it sit there for 10 minutes, but no, you don't have to do all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else you
Yeah.
got back there?
I also have, here's one of my new faves is pine tar and egg yolk.
Pine tar.
Yes, pine tar. Now, pine tar is used on horseshoes.
What?
Yeah, horse hooves. However, it is amazing for your skin, especially for dry, itchy, flaky skin. This is some amazing stuff. Now, pine tar by itself
Yeah.
has a very, very pungent smell. And
Mm.
it's it it's not an I wouldn't say it's like an animal smell or something like that, but it's a very strong smell. Much like maybe it doesn't smell like eucalyptus, but you know how strong eucalyptus is.
Yes.
It's really
Yes.
strong like that.
Okay.
But mixed into a soap, I was so amazed when I took this soap to an event. The number of people that smelled it, it was like, oh my God, that smells so good. I was
Wow.
like, wow. And
So
it's just
I'm curious, how did you find this pine tar? Like how did this ingredient come about?
this came about from of one of the groups that I'm in, one of the soap groups I'm in, I'm a member of several soap groups,
Yeah.
and I saw where someone asked, what do you mix with your pine tar? And immediately
Mm.
when I see or hear something new that somebody's talking about as far as soap, I automatically go to Google and what is pine tar?
Okay.
What is
Yeah,
pine
I've
tar?
never heard of that actually. Let me write that one down.
Yeah, yeah. And when I looked it up, I was amazed that, its benefits and that I had never heard it in 9 years. This is why I'm constantly studying soap or,
Yes.
my products, period, because I'd never even heard of pine tar.
Is that one
And
on your website? Is that
pine
available?
tar, yes, it is. It is. Yeah, I
Okay.
just put it on last night. Yeah, I was only selling this one at events, but I put it on the website last night.
Okay.
What else do we have here? And here's the one that you mentioned, the oatmeal and egg yolk.
Yeah.
Ah, look at the
Yeah.
back of
People seem
it.
to really love that one.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
It feels so good. It feels so good. I love this. What is this one has the shea butter, the palm kernel oil, the castor oil, has ground oatmeal, goat's milk, the egg yolks, and essential oils. And I made this with watermelon juice. Yeah.
Oh,
I made this one with watermelon juice. I didn't use any water. I just used watermelon juice.
and that again came about intuitively, or it came from
Intuitively,
other.
intuitively. That one I just, you know what? I had a watermelon and I was like, there's no way we're going to eat all this watermelon. And I looked up to see if I could use watermelon in my soap. Yes, you absolutely can. Okay. So I'm going to,
Wow.
and it came out so perfectly. I'll be buying more watermelon.
So you waste nothing at home because you're like, okay, that's not going to go to waste. Let's see what else I can do.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
How about the lotions? I see lotions back there.
Yeah, the lotions, this is my lemon peppermint. I love lemon peppermint. Yeah, this is my like
Mm,
I actually I opened this up and started using it myself. Like I love all of my products and I am my biggest fan. And I love to tell people I know it works because I use it.
yeah.
And it was a customer that turned me on to lemon and peppermint. And she had bought some lemon patchouli from me, and she says, do you ever mix? Do you ever do lemon peppermint? And I said, no. Yeah, she asked me if I ever do lemon peppermint. And I was like, lemons and peppermint. I just never thought about it. And she said, haven't you had lemon peppermint candy? And I was like, no. So then I'm like, let me try this out. So I got home and I just put a drop of lemon and a drop of peppermint in a little swabby thing. And I smelled it and I loved the smell. I was like, wow, she might be onto something here. Let me try this.
Yeah.
And that's how it comes about. So I made lemon peppermint soap and it completely sold out.
Wow.
It completely sold out. Like I was like, it
That's
sold fast.
amazing.
It sold fast. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I know peppermint can be very calming as an oil. It calms the nervous system. The lemon, I can see the lemon also giving you like a energetic boost. So it's probably like a yin and yang going on in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the peppermint I find, especially in warm weather, to be very cooling.
Yes.
To be very cooling. So
yes. Oh, I like
the lemon products I don't necessarily recommend for certain eczemas. It depends on how bad one's eczema is. Some people that have eczema should not use lemon on their skin. And then this is pure essential oil because it can burn. Like it can make it react, make your eczema react. So I just tell people to be careful. I do have customers that have eczema that do use my products with lemon in it. Because theirs is not that bad. But if you have really bad eczema, you want to avoid lemon. So.
Is there a ingredient or herb out there that you're kind of keeping your eyes kind of open, but you haven't really explored it?
I am getting into Comfrey. And Comfrey, and it's a natural herb, and I do use it. I use it in my hair butter, but I use it very, very carefully because
I've never heard of that one. So is that one?
It's from the islands.
Okay.
Yeah, and I get most of those exotic herbs I'll get from Jamaica. I'll have them shipped to Jamaica, but I have a farmer here that grows it wild and just gave me a whole bunch of it.
What?
Yes. And I was like, wow. She's like, oh, this just grows like crazy in my yard. And she brought me so much of it over. And I've been using it on my own hair and I love it. I love it. But comfrey is one of those herbs that you have to be careful with. So
does it burn or?
No, it doesn't burn at all. But if you use too much, it could affect your kidneys.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're not using it properly, it can affect your kidneys. So
what's this? What does it smell like?
Comfrey?
Yeah.
Really it's a mild, to me, it's a mild smell, but it does smell earthy.
Okay.
But it's a very mild earthy smell, I'll say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, your business, your soap making, the intention behind it, where you want to go, with it in the next couple of years. I have no doubt that you will do it. And so thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Oh, you're very welcome. It was my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. And I look forward to the customers coming from Level Up to Soaplistic Sense. And
absolutely.
So
support small businesses.
Yes. I always said support small businesses, minority businesses, especially in my opinion. And check us out. Check us out. You won't be disappointed.
And your website is soaplisticsense.com.
Correct.
Okay. And I'll put that on the link as well when we release the podcast. So yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you for listening. please visit the website at www.leveluptribes.com. And please subscribe to the podcast and share with your family and friends. Be sure to tune in to our next episode. Catch you all next time, my beloved tribes.